What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I am bringing you guys an informational Call of Duty video. So excuse me for being all hot and sweaty and stuff. We're in the middle of Costa Rica. This guy is a real douchebag. And we're over here near the golf course. As you can see, we're actually out on the golf course a minute ago, but then we got kicked off. Apparently we aren't allowed to record video in the middle of a fairway while people are playing golf. I didn't know, sorry. But there's the pool and stuff area is way back that way. I came over here in the middle of this empty parking lot to get some peace and quiet to bring you guys an informational video. So there's some pretty big stuff going on. You guys know how Call of Duty as a brand or as a franchise has always been kind of Xbox biased. Like everything is brought to you by Xbox. The multiplayer reveal is put on by Xbox. You know, buy it now for the Xbox. DLC comes out early for the Xbox, things like that. Well, it seems, or at least there's a rumor, keep in mind, it just is a rumor, you know, it's not confirmed yet, but there's a rumor, a pretty good rumor, that the tides may be turning and it may actually become more of like a PlayStation lead title game. So that's obviously a pretty big deal. Now, I got some notes here to read to you guys. I got a quote from this dude. So his name is Pete Dodd. He's an industry insider. I've never really heard of him, but apparently he has a pretty good track record with, you know, kind of like divulging rumors that actually become true. So, you know, obviously he's a pretty good source here. But he has this quote. He says, I'm not ready to jump on the Xbox One is doomed train yet. Titanfall or really any other game can turn the fortunes, but valid concerns are, you know, kind of apparent at this point. The PlayStation 4 is above and beyond all projections and publishers are recalibrating to this. I heard that Activision is going to make a public announcement about COD changing to the PS4 as a lead platform. So guys, that's huge. Like, that's a really big deal. We'll talk about it in a second. He went on to say, Call of Duty was an Xbox 360 game that happened to be on the PS3 last gen. This will be a hugely symbolic move, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. Sorry guys, my SD card just ran out of space, so I delete some vacation pictures for you all for this video, so you're welcome. But anyway, before we talk about kind of like the stuff that this could mean and the outcomes and how it could change and you know what it means for us, let's talk about why this rumor makes sense. You know, I don't want you guys to think that I'm trusting a blind rumor here. So one reason why it makes sense for them to switch over and get in bed with PlayStation is, well, I mean, first of all, the PlayStation is a better console, or not necessarily a better console, but a more powerful console. You know, it makes sense for a developer to make the lead development game on the more powerful console and then port it down to the less powerful console. You know, the PlayStation 4 is slightly more powerful than the Xbox 360. It does have the better hardware, so that makes sense there. Now, also, if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, when we had the big rumor about Call of Duty 2014, Modern Warfare 4, this, you know, single player footage on the bridge of some sort, you know, blah, 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 blah. That stuff was apparently shown at a Destination PlayStation event. So that's the first time they've ever revealed anything on PlayStation first. It's always been Xbox, Xbox, Xbox. So that kind of makes sense. Also, you know, just in general, PlayStation 4 is outselling Xbox right now in terms of consoles, in terms of games, in terms of digital downloads, all that stuff. So that's a pretty big reason. And then also, Destiny, Activision's like other huge title that's coming out this year, actually seems to be a little bit more PlayStation kind of biased. You know, I think it's like a week early or maybe a month early, I'm not sure what it is, but you get early access to the Destiny beta on PlayStation 4, you know, rather than on Xbox. So that's a pretty big deal. So, you know, all of that kind of points toward this, you know, possibly being true. Again, it's a rumor. I don't want you guys to believe it for sure. I want to make sure we're still recording. We are. So, so yeah, it's not guaranteed yet. It won't be guaranteed until they announce it, probably at E3. But, you know, it is looking possible at this point, which is a pretty big deal. Now, the question is what does this mean for us? Well, first and foremost, I think the biggest question to ask is DLC. What does it mean for DLC? We aren't sure if the Activision and Microsoft contract is up for DLC yet. You know, a couple of years ago they signed it to where Xbox always gets all the DLC early, a month early. We aren't sure if that's up yet. So we could see PlayStation get it at the same time as Xbox now, or we could actually see it switch and see PlayStation get it early, a month early, which would be pretty crazy. So obviously that's a pretty big deal. Eek. Sorry guys, we ran out of space again. I had to delete some more pictures, but anyway, apart from the whole DLC fiasco and seeing which console comes out first on, you know, maybe it'll come out first on PlayStation, maybe it'll come out first on Xbox. Another thing, you know, if they switch over here and if PlayStation is kind of like the lead platform, just in general, like, it's going to be a better game on PlayStation. Like, it's always been developed for Xbox and ported to PlayStation, and that's why it's always been a better game on Xbox. And I'm not saying that because I played more of it on Xbox in the previous gen. I actually probably play more PlayStation COD and more PlayStation everything this generation, at least up until this point, because I like bringing you guys 1080p videos. But anyway, it's going to be a better game because it's developed for that platform. When it's ported over, it loses just, I don't even know what it is. There's a bunch of tech specifics and stuff I'm not going to get into, but you can just feel it. Like, I think Ghost feels a lot better on Xbox One than it does on PlayStation 4 because it was developed for it. I think Ghost and everything else before it played a lot better on the Xbox 360 than it did on the PS3 because it was developed for it. You know, it's a lot smoother, it plays better, it feels better, there's a lot less latency, I think. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it is better because it's made for that console. You know, obviously the one it's specifically made for, it's going to be better on it. If you like tailor a shoe for one guy and then give it to another guy who wears the same size shoe, you know, obviously it's still going to fit, it's still going to work, it's still, you know, going to be a pretty good shoe, but it's not going to fit as snug, it's not going to fit as well. So yeah, that's kind of the whole deal that we got going on there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, again, we don't know if this is true or not. We'll probably find out this June at E3. I'll actually be at E3, so I'll bring you guys coverage of that. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what comes of it, and I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. Like, would you like to see Call of Duty stay on the Xbox side of things? Would you like to see it switch over to PlayStation 4? Would you like to, you know, if it does switch to PS4, what do you guys think is going to happen? You know, what features do you think are going to change, and how do you think it's going to affect us? Let me know. We're getting a little bit echoey here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you guys gameplay. I'll be back from vacation here in a couple of days, so enjoy the rest of the videos I got planned for you guys. I do have some vacation vlogs coming up soon. Actually, tomorrow or today when you're watching this, I'm going to be going zip lining, horseback riding, volcano mudding, hot springsing, and something else. That should be pretty cool. It should be a cool vlog. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.